Hey guys, Toast here. Today we're going to review and discuss the Huot Automatic, the level 10 light machine gun available for 200 warbonds for the support class in Battlefield 1. We'll discuss the stats of the weapon, attachments, the situations in which the weapon excels, and some tips when playing with this particular weapon. A quick note, based on the fact that the creator of the weapon for whom the weapon was named was of Quebecois origin, I believe that the correct pronunciation of the name is indeed the French pronunciation Huot with a silent T, however please correct me if I'm wrong. As with all level 10 weapons for each class in Battlefield 1, there's only one variant of the Huot, which in this case is the low weight variant. Because this is a low weight variant, that means that by default it'll have a bipod attached to the barrel. This weapon has a maximum damage of 23 and a minimum damage of 15, which ties it with the Lewis gun for the lowest minimum damage of all LMGs. The weapon deals maximum damage from point blank out to 11 meters, and then slowly tapers off to its minimum damage at 47 meters. This makes it a 5-shot body shot kill up to 11 meters, moving to a 7-shot body shot kill from 47 meters on. The rate of fire is at the lower end of the spectrum at 475 rounds per minute with a muzzle velocity of only 740 meters per second, again placing it in a tie with the Lewis gun for last place. The weapon has a decent vertical recoil of 0.28 degrees and a very low horizontal recoil of only 0.08 degrees. The spread while aiming down sight and standing still is excellent at only 0.18 degrees, however the spread while aiming down sight and moving is terrible at 0.82 degrees. The hipfire spread is middle of the road and expected of a light machine gun, lining up again exactly with that of the Lewis gun. Where the Huot begins to lag behind a little bit from the other options is the combination of a magazine size and reload time, coincidentally the same two issues I had with the Selbstlader 1906. You have a mere 26 rounds at your disposal, 25 with 1 round chambered, which is lower than all other LMGs except for the Bar M1918, and the weapon has a short reload of 2.85 seconds with a long reload of 4.25 seconds. This is almost the longest long reload time of all LMGs, second only to the MG15NA, which has an extra 74 rounds to fire prior to reaching the reload point. By comparison, the Bar M1918, which is the only other LMG with less than 30 rounds per magazine, has a short reload of 2.8 seconds, so very comparable, but a long reload of only 3.2 seconds. The attachments for the Huot don't differ much from what we've seen from other low-weight variants of other weapons. You have the option of 2 types of iron sights, both standard and AA. The magnification ranges from 1x up to 2x, and you have the option of selecting the weapon's recoil direction, either center, right, or left, whichever is going to help you best control the weapon. The Huot sits comfortably as a mid-range weapon and really shouldn't be used if you anticipate a lot of close range or a lot of long-range engagements. Its rate of fire being at the low end of the LMG spectrum means that it's likely to lose out during close-range engagements to assaults, other supports, and even some medics, and its low minimum damage coupled with small magazine size means that you don't have enough damage or enough suppression capabilities to be effective at long or very long ranges. That said, its formidable vertical and horizontal recoil and low ADS spread while standing still means that it'll be a moderately decent choice for mid-range engagements. Stick as consistently to mid-range as you can to get the most benefit out of using this weapon. Similar to the Selbstlader 1906, I have difficulty finding a niche for this weapon to fill that another weapon available to the support class doesn't fill better. The Bar M1918 and the Madsen gun are obvious choices for close-range engagements due to their fast rates of fire and low hipfire spread. The M1909 Benet Merci offers comparable mid-range performance with more ammo in each magazine, lower vertical recoil, higher minimum damage, and faster reload at the cost of a very slight rate of fire difference of 25 rounds per minute, which makes it a formidable mid-range option, along with the Lewis gun, which matches the Huot in almost every stat, but has an additional 21 rounds available per magazine. And the MG15NA is the best option for longer range engagements due to its massive magazine size and class-topping muzzle velocity. To me, the Huot just doesn't fill a niche as well as it needs to in order to be a better pick than another weapon. It isn't bad at mid-range due to its solid accuracy stats, but it doesn't outshine other weapons in any aspect enough to warrant picking it over other choices. That said, if you are going to use it, try your best not to put yourself in a situation where you have to endure the long reload. The short reload is manageable in mid-range engagements, but the long reload is going to keep you out of commission for more than 4 seconds, which is plenty of time for any other class to make quick work of you. So if you find yourself in a position to need to go through the long reload, switch to your secondary, find a safe spot, and then go ahead and reload. While the weapon does have a bipod attached to the end of it because it's a low-weight variant, I've found that the recoil while aiming down sights is more than manageable and quite comparable to that which you would experience when using the bipod. Standing still and aiming down sight is the optimal way to use this weapon as it has a really low spread when standing still, but that spread increases dramatically as soon as you start to move while firing. This is a tip that I obviously need to practice more, as I have the tendency to strafe a lot when I fire, as I'm sure you've probably noticed from the footage. Now, in my personal opinion, again similar to my opinion of the Subslaughter 1906, this weapon isn't worth the grind or purchase. In fact, based on my experience with the other weapons available to the support class compared to this, the Huot is, for me at least, the least worthwhile level 10 weapon to grind for, giving you the lowest benefit compared to other weapons available to the class. You are of course welcome to take my opinion with a grain of salt, and I always encourage you to formulate your own opinions based on your experiences, but I suspect that most of you will at least be somewhat let down with this level 10 weapon. Now I want to know how you feel about the Huot. Do you like the weapon and feel that it's viable? Or do you feel as I do that other weapons may be a better choice for the support class? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, this is Toast, and I'll talk to you soon.